Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to say Barakatah, Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, the salutations to the sincere Akim that pushes the truth in all due diligence and sincerity. A very quick video, but we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. As you can see, the media spectacle right now is Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew of the UK, has been arrested by the police on suspicion of basically, they summarized it in one charge, which is basically, roughly paraphrasing, participating in illicit activity whilst in public office. So basically, they're saying like his relationship with Epstein, him leaking secrets and files to Epstein, on top of all of the wickedness he was doing. But they're not charging him with like rape or conspiracy or any of those other charges. It's just summarized into basically bad behavior whilst in a public office. And he was released literally within 24 hours probably. But as you can see there, he's then sat in a vehicle being driven away, hiding away from the paparazzi. Now, ultimately, man, this is all a spectacle. And ironically, it occurred on his 66th birthday. I mean, come on, bro. He was arrested on his 66th birthday, yeah, and invested by the police. And in the middle of this whole humiliating circumstance, this is pretty much nothing but a little Illuminati humiliation ritual. This guy gonna be alright, man. The Queen was giving him money to pay off hush money to the damsels that were affected by whatever activity he was doing. He gonna be alright, man. He gonna be cool until the missiles come, that is. 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. You see, ultimately, we understand what the play is here. And we understand that Esau Edom is just creating the spectacle to give the goyim, the sheeple, the belief that action's being taken. Like, yeah, they're finally getting those bad men now, the rich and powerful, the actual people that rule the world. Like the globalists, they're finally going to prison. The police, see, I told you the police ain't corrupt. I told you the police aren't run by Masons and really bought in by the whole system. And then you got Charles, his older brother, the so-called king, talking about, yes, we will fully cooperate with the police. I've sadly heard about the arrest of Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, and the law must take its due course. We will collaborate fully with the police and all of that shit. And it's creating nothing but a media spectacle, from the Independent to Yahoo to the BBC to the Guardian, the BBC against CNN, the US Al Jazeera, New York Times, Reuters, Forbes. And anyway, with the way people's minds are nowadays, they're not going to remember this anyway in a couple of months' time. Like, this will be forgotten about. And I don't see anything happening to him. They might, run a trial and make a full-on humiliation ritual. But he's going to be all right. He's going to get some money from his older brother, Charles. And, they got his mother's estate still around. He going to get paid, man. He going to be all right. He going to be all right. Queen Elizabeth probably left him a couple M's somewhere hidden. He's gonna be alright, man. But guess what? Ultimately, what the Lord is making sure to happen is that the truth is having to be out there, man. The truth is and shall continue to be declared, because ultimately through this internet, man, you can't hide it, man. Just a second. Where we at? Truth. That's what I was looking for. 2 Ezra 6 and 28. Just a second. Well, yeah, 2 Ezra 6 and 28. Sorry, Salakia. Second Ezra 6 and 27. I'll start from. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. We know that that's the ultimate end goal of this ministry. We know that ultimately Yahushua is going to come and put these heathen out of their misery. Yeah, as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall overcome. Corruption, like this world being run by a group of Masonic pedophiles. Esau, Edom being on top of Israel and the rulership seat. The molesting of children by these freaks. Yeah, the fact that they can commit all sorts of wicked acts and break laws, they're not going to prison. You forget to pay a tax and see how quickly your door gets bust down. Yeah, listen, the wicked beareth rule, man. Anyway, as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be, and all its forms shall be overcome. And the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared, man. Yeah, the wicked things of Esau, the secret things of Esau are going to be sought out, man. And everyone's going to know his dirty laundry. You got to understand that we're in a time where ultimately nothing can be hid. Yeah? Nothing can be hid from ultimately, if the Lord Yahweh Shai and his son want the truth coming out, it's going to come out, man. You see, everyone's going to know that this man, Esau Edom, is the wicked, man. Job 9 and 24 explicitly states, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? The real nobility, original nobility, even of this country, are dark-skinned people, man. Yeah, Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the real kings of the earth. But we're currently in a state of slavery where we got servants walking as princes and princes walking as servants upon the earth. And you got it to where Esau Edom has got this whole global um, um, entire realm in a chokehold. They run things, and there ain't a motherfucking thing that anybody gonna do about it. The media ain't gonna be able to turn up on the door of the Rothschilds and start spewing madness and going into the fact that they sacrifice children and drink and drink their blood. But these things really do happen, man. Not just on Epstein's Island. There's all of these elites, whether you want to look at the current Rothschilds that are around, the Rockefellers, even the Disney family, the Oppenheimers, the Goldsteins. Listen, these elites, yeah, are straight up Satanists. When you go into the degrees of Masonry and you look up the left hand side, the 33rd degree of Masonry, where many of them don't ever get to on the left hand side, yeah, straight up Satanism. The elites have their 13th seat, or where they have the 13th chair for Satan. You know, they show that in some of their movies. All of that shit is very real. Very, very, very real, man. Listen, the earth is truly given into the hands of the wicked. And when it says the wicked, it's talking about the wicked. Esau, Edom, the devil. But in the time that we're living in right now, the Spirit is having it to where he's being revealed in his time. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Meaning that Esau Edom comes in the vibration of the left-hand side. He comes with spiritual power on the left. He's been given wisdom through the left-hand side, ultimately to oppress Jacob on this side. But his end is that he's going to perish forever. Esau Edom is going to be taken out of rulership. He's going to be perpetually hated, yeah, throughout the next 1,000 years he's in the kingdom, and the next couple of years that he's in rulership. People are going to know that these devils are the wicked. It's just that right now no one has the power to do anything. We're under these devils, we're their subjects. We're in captivity behind enemy lines, but the Lord Yahweh is going to liberate us. Right now, everybody knows this man is the devil. They see what these fucking Amalekites are doing in Palestine. They see what's going on here in the UK with this devil, Andrew, and a lot of these other Satanists. They see what's going on in the US with Trump and even those above him, and and how these Edomites are literally becoming more emboldened, and these pedos are literally starting to come out and trying to normalize their activity. And people, of course, wish they could do things. There's protests, there's uprisings, there's all sorts of forums online, but it's petty. They know they can't do anything against the power of the elite, because the earth is truly given into the hand of the wicked. Everyone knows that they're the devil and they're the minority, the public are the majority, but they don't have the power. Things are going to flip back into righteousness in due course, man. Prince Andrew gonna be alright, man. There's a spectacle going on about, yeah, he's going to jail for a very long time. You gotta understand, he's a nobody, but he's in that plug. He's in that cabal, man. He's the son of Lizzie, the devil. Yeah, that devil, that old hag. He's the son of Charles, the king of the UK, the illicit king, I should say. They ain't gonna put him through the dryer all the way. They're gonna, humiliate him a bit, shake him up a bit, you know, try and get some steam off the rest of the people that are within the Epstein files. Trump came out recently talking about, oh, it's a very sad situation. They let him out within 24 hours. Anybody else with that much evidence against them, you think you're seeing the light of day after you get arrested? Well, it's all show, it's all fugazi, man. And when ultimately, man, the elect, man, ain't gonna be deceived by the smoke and mirrors. They're gonna go into captivity. You better believe it. Esau Ian will go into captivity when we put them in captivity, and that will be perpetual until they're destroyed. Revelations, the 13th chapter and the 9th verse. If any man have an ear to hear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. That's when individuals like Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, fucking Mountbatten, anyway, and that's where individuals like Andrew and his brother Charles and their mother, through the reincarnation, Lizzie, that bitch, yeah, and the Rothschilds that run the UK, and the Rockefellers, their equivalents in the US, and all these other elite families, the chief of Esau, Amalek, man, and the rest of these nations are gonna go into perpetual captivity and ultimately be destroyed, man. Because until then, they're gonna play games. There's gonna be a few of them that fall off. There's gonna be infighting even amongst them. But when the Lord Yahweh says it's time, you're gonna see Esau Edom fall like lightning, man. As it's written within the scriptures. But let's see what they do with the spectacle. But hey, man, just know, brothers, this is just smoke and mirrors, man. Trying to distract people again and make it seem like something's being done about it. But ultimately, man, your presidents, your prime minister, like loads of people in cabinet currently, man, are all still a part of that cabal. Shalom.